So welcome to Mindful Monday. Today I'm going to teach you an accelerated form of relaxation that you can use ahead of meditation, or if you need to decompress after a stressful scenario. I use this technique almost every day, and the more often you do it, the quicker you can do it and the deeper you can push yourself. So, when you're ready, take a seat somewhere or lie down if you wish. If you're outside, bonus points for taking off your shoes and putting them on the grass. Now that will provide you with extra grounding. Now sit while sitting up straight but in a relaxed way. Just roll your shoulders slightly, just so that you can feel the tension in your shoulders, and move your neck back and forth just a little bit so you can feel where the tension is. And close your eyes and focus on your breathing. You want to be breathing in for 4 and out for 6. And in for 4 and out for 6. And continue doing that whilst you do the next thing, which is the body scan. And the body scan starts from the top of your head. Think of it as like a photocopier running the light down your entire body. So starting at the top of your head and working its way down. So you've got the top of your head, and then as it comes down, you throw your attention at your forehead, your eyebrows, your ears, your jaw, your neck. And as you go down, you're breathing out. And you're loosening off and drawing your attention to any tightness in your body. As you get to your shoulders, you'll notice that your shoulders drop quite significantly. And as you go down your back, you'll realize that maybe the arch of your back at the bottom isn't right, and so you can straighten that out. And as you feel your buttocks, you'll notice there's a bit of tension on one side and not the other, and loosen that down. As you're literally going from the top all the way down to the bottom of your body, in a kind of almost like you're scanning all the way through, front and back, as you go down. And at the same time, you continue the breathing pattern of in for 4 and out for 6. Now, once you get to the tips of your toes, you've got 2 options. You can then return your attention either to your gut or to your heart. Don't put it up to your brain. That's not a good place to be. You want to be in your body. You go in your gut if you want to rely on your intuition and make decisions that are self-based, things that you would rely on your gut for, and move your attention to your heart if you need to make a heart-based decision, a love decision. And that's really important, because if you were to ask yourself a question, you can ask yourself the same question and you put your attention in your heart and your gut, and you will actually come up with different answers. And that's because we've got neurons in our heart. We also have neurons in our gut as well. I mean, obviously we've got an awful lot more neurons in our head, but we do have them in our heart and we have them in our gut. And that's why when we meditate, we try and throw our attention downwards into our body. And this is particularly appropriate for you if you spend most of the day in your head. Now, if you are, however, one of those rare beings with CPTSD that spends all day in their body, maybe you're a yoga instructor, or your job is very, very physical, then you might want to throw your attention back up into your head. But I will say for the vast majority of you, that's not going to be the case. So once you've done that and you've got your attention in your heart or your gut, then continue the breathing for a little while and just notice the thoughts that come up. You don't have to be thoughtless. People think that when you meditate, you need to be thoughtless. You do not. You just need to be. And notice any thought that comes up, because that's a thought that's worth noticing. It's yours after all. And if it is an inner child thought, and it's not a very constructive one, then just notice how it makes you feel. And try and imagine what your inner child is trying to tell you. Because normally they're trying to say something constructive, but they do it in the most unconstructive way possible. So if they say, you'll always be alone, you don't have any friends, what the inner child actually means is, I don't want you to be alone, and you should have more friends, or you should have better friends. So if you can learn to twist what the inner child is trying to say around the other way, then that will create a much more peaceful meditation for you. But for the moment, just listen and observe. And when a thought comes up, if you don't want to listen to it at that moment, you can just push it away. But if you are in the stage of your recovery where you're starting to listen and analyze your inner thoughts, then sit with it for a moment and ask, what is she really trying to say? What is she actually trying to tell me? If there was a constructive version of this statement, what would it be? And so continue with the in for 4 and out for 6. For as long as you like, for as long as you're comfortable, but particularly until you start to feel relaxed. And then when you're ready, open your eyes and carry on with your day.